Hello there, Batman fans, or Man-Bat fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 figure review. And today we are reviewing the DC Multiverse Man-Bat figure from the DC Rebirth universe. And another just impressive looking piece. I mean, it's huge. It just looks so sweet. I mean, of course, with the character of Batman, you would assume, especially with a character with such a long history and such a variety of rogues, that there of course would be a man-bat hybrid to face off against the Batman, since he's not a man and bat hybrid himself. So here we have it. It's another one of those really big action figures. I mean, the box on this thing is huge. Man-Bat and DC Rebirth on the side. Some really awesome comic artwork there on the back with Man-Bat standing over a chained up Batman with a bunch of bats flying by him. So that looks sweet. Just a lot of awesomeness went into this package. I really can't wait to also review the wave mate of this figure, the Arkham Universe, Arkham Asylum Killer Croc. He does come, of course, with a bio card with some awesome artwork here. The same artwork featured on the back of the package. Words and things on the back. So his real name is Dr. Robert Kirkland, or Kirk Langstrom. So it's actually Dr. Robert Kirkland Langstrom, or Kirk. This genius-level zoologist attempted to make a serum derived from bats in order to give humans special sonar senses, but the formula backfired, mutating Langstrom into a giant man-bat, complete with its own feral personality. Batman routinely tangles with this creature of the night, hoping to save Langstrom from his own scientific sins, which... sometimes it's not just Langstrom. Sometimes it's his wife. Sometimes it's his son that becomes the Man-Bat. So, yeah, pretty cool character there. Not so much like Morbius, more like the DC universe of the Lizard, honestly. So, really awesome figure. I mean, this thing is hefty. This is a big figure. Honestly, those ankle joints aren't too tough though, so that's not good. Maybe this is just, okay, well there we go, I just found that point of balance, but maybe this is just a off copy. Hopefully that's not normal for this to have kind of, not necessarily loose, but not tight enough ankle joints, because this thing is very top heavy in design. One of the things I was thinking about before I took it out of the packaging was I kind of wish he came with swappable arms with his wings flared out, because having a version of this with just the flared out wings would be really sweet, I think. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. And maybe that'll just be a gold label variant or something down the road, where he has plans for a bigger packaged Man-Bat. I mean, could you imagine the size of, you know, the box with stretched out wings Man-Bat? That would be sweet, I think. But I like the way they did the wings. I like how they're just kind of folded up, you know, to the side of and on the edge of the forearm here. And with that, you also have this little bit of wing right here to under attached on the underside of the bicep, which you can kind of connect, so you can kind of, well, I pulled that arm right out of the socket. Luckily, that's on a ball joint, and you can, snap that right back into place. You kind of can pose it in a way. Oh man, these joints are just stiff today. So they're stiff where they don't need to be so stiff, and they're loose where they probably shouldn't be so loose. You can get it into a manner where his wing looks like his wings are kind of all one piece. Again, would be really cool to see a version of this figure where the wings are flared out, because I just imagine that would be incredibly impressive to look at if that was the case. It also would have been really Awesome if they were able to do articulation much like they did with the Future State Batman figure, where the wings were just crazy articulated. I imagine they would have to do that with like cloth goods, probably, maybe pleather goods, to get that more bat-like feel to it, but which would be an interesting challenge for DC Multiverse to do. But honestly, McFarlane Toys, I'm sure, is up to that challenge. Fully articulated shoulder joints. You got full articulation in the shoulder joints and elbow joints. Nothing at the wrist because of the way the arms are designed. There is a joint here with this like kind of neck scruff section. You got the head on the ball joint. That face sculpt with just the fangs flared out looks incredible. I love that face sculpt. You've got this ab joint, this lower waist joint as well. Hips, double jointed knees, ankles, and a toe pivoting joint. Again, just those ankles are kind of a shame because of the weight of this figure. I kind of wish the ankles were just a little bit better. Just a little bit stronger. It's also kind of interesting that the way the legs are designed, there's no way to see him at his full height because the knees don't bend further forward than this. So there's no way to just kind of fully extend that leg and see how tall this character can truly be next to your DC Rebirth Batman or other DC Rebirth characters. And they did do the DC Rebirth Batman. Just nice and huge. I mean, look at this guy. It is a very, very impressive figure. Not my favorite Man-Bat figure, personally. Honestly, I think the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Man-Bat was executed a little bit better because, like I talked about with this, it did have the swappable arms with the wings flared out, or much like this. So, and the articulation was a little bit better on that figure as well. So, an awesome design. I love the fact that they did it, but I feel like they could have done better. And it still looks cool, but yeah, just not my favorite one. Just not my favorite Man-Bat. I still love it. I still think this is great. I love how huge he is, but with the weak ankles, I mean, you're gonna cross this guy up on the court real easy. So that's kind of a shame. Again, just having swappable arms would have been really cool, but I love the design of this, especially if we're possibly going to get another version of this with the flared out wings down the road. Then I'm not at all worried, just in case that does happen. See, I had to catch it. No, and it's a shame that they released him with the regular foot peg figure stand, because that's not going to do anything about the weak ankle joints. I feel like this figure should have come with one of those taller figure stands that you can put around the waist of your figures just to give it some extra support, because with the looseness of the ankle joints on this, it just makes it harder to display him. So hopefully they're not all like this. If you can, I still recommend you pick this guy up, because this is a really cool figure. And just, you know, next time you do a top heavy figure like this, McFarlane, do a waist stand, especially if those ankle joints aren't what they're supposed to be, because that's kind of a shame that it's having a hard time like this. So, you know, food for thought for next time. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this figure review where we reviewed the DC Multiverse Rebirth Man-Bat figure. Awesome figure. I hope he does a Arkham Knight version. You know, they're starting to do more and more Arkham Knight figures. They've done Batman from Batman the Arkham Knight. They've done the Arkham Knight from Batman the Arkham Knight. They announced a gold label version of the Red Hood from Arkham Knight, which can lead us to assume we're going to get a regular version, and Scarecrow. So they're doing more and more Arkham Knight and Arkham Universe characters. I hope we get a Man-Bat somewhere in there as well, because that was a pretty cool design of the Man-Bat, in my opinion. Not my favorite design, but a really good one. So hopefully we get that. Stay tuned for more Bay 12 content. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and all that good stuff. Stay tuned for our monthly Bay 12 live sales, because we do those once a month at least, and they are pretty awesome, filled with all kinds of the awesome stuff you know and love. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Same bad channel.